They say some promises last forever, but sometimes forever fades quietly. Elena and Mara had been friends for more than 20 years. Two women bound not by blood, but by something even stronger, understanding. Every Sunday they met at Elena's house. Same time, same place. A little kitchen filled with the scent of coffee and the sound of old laughter. Elena would talk about her husband. She would say how he still smiled when she burned the toast, how he called her his peace after long days. And Mara would listen, sipping her coffee with a gentle smile. She had never been married, but through Elena's stories, she felt love, as if she were living a small piece of it herself. Their friendship was simple, pure, and full of light. But light has a way of changing, slowly, silently. It began with small things, messages left unread, dinners gone cold, smiles that didn't reach the eyes. Elena told herself it was just stress, just time, just life. But deep inside, she knew. Something had shifted. Mara noticed it too. Elena's calls became shorter, her laughter thinner. The joy in her voice was gone, replaced by long pauses and sighs. One rainy evening, Elena called. Her voice was trembling. "Mara, I found messages on his phone." Mara didn't ask for details. She simply said, "I'm coming over." That night, they sat together in silence. The rain tapped against the window. A single candle flickered on the table. Elena's eyes were red, her hands shaking. She whispered, "He's been talking to someone younger." And then, silence again. Mara reached across the table, took her friend's hand, and said softly, "You don't have to be strong tonight." They sat that way for hours. No words, only the sound of rain and shared pain. Sometimes, the deepest comfort doesn't come from speaking. It comes from being understood. The next morning, Elena confronted her husband. Her voice was quiet but steady. He didn't deny anything. He just looked at her and said, "I'm lost. I want something new. I want someone younger." She stood there, frozen. It was as if every memory, every laugh, every promise had been erased in one heartbeat. He walked away, and Elena stood alone in a house that no longer felt like home. That night, she packed a small bag, just her clothes, a photo of her children, and her old camera. She left the house without saying another word. When she reached Mara's door, she didn't need to knock. Mara was already waiting. Mara opened her arms, and Elena broke down. For hours, she cried. For love lost, for promises broken, for years she could never get back. Mara held her close and whispered, "You kept your promise, Elena. You believed in forever, even when he didn't." And in that moment, Elena realized that not all love stories end in romance. Some end in friendship, and that's a kind of love too. Weeks passed, then months. Elena slowly started to rebuild herself. She stopped wearing her wedding ring. She began taking walks alone, rediscovering the world she had forgotten to look at. One morning, she picked up her old camera again. She walked through the park, capturing moments, a child's laughter, a woman feeding pigeons, sunlight breaking through clouds. Each picture became a piece of her healing. Mara noticed the change. The sadness in Elena's eyes was still there, but softer now, like a bruise that was finally fading. And sometimes, when Elena laughed again, truly laughed, Mara's heart would swell with quiet pride. Then came the day they both needed without realizing it. A morning by the sea. The sky was gray, the air heavy with salt and mist. Elena wore a simple white dress that moved with the wind. Mara stood beside her, wrapped in a soft gray sweater, her hair tied loose. They didn't speak for a long time. The waves rolled in and out as if breathing with them. Finally, Elena turned to her and said, "You kept me when I fell. Now I'll keep myself." Mara smiled, her eyes glistening with pride and love. "You always could," she whispered. They stood there, watching the sunrise paint gold across the water. The light touched their faces, warm, gentle, forgiving. For the first time in years, Elena felt peace. Not because her past was fixed, but because she was ready to let it go. Sometimes, forever isn't found in someone else's arms. It's found in the courage to walk away and the strength to begin again. That morning, two women stood side by side, not broken, not lost, but reborn.